G'day team, Jeremy Britton, 24-hour wealth coach, and today I'd like to give you a little bit of a sneak preview of a sneak preview. I'll be speaking in England Volkers next week, and possibly I can come and talk to your organisation or your group as well. Give me a buzz if you want to find out. This is a sneak preview of a sneak preview in which I'll be covering what 95% of people, in my opinion, believe to be the most important things in life. And just have a look at these two things, see whether you agree with me. Because sex, if you've got plenty of money and you're not getting any sex, that's all you can talk about, that's all you can think about. Again, we're generalising, saying for most people, not applicable to you, but perhaps to somebody you know. And obviously the pornography industry is the largest industry on the internet, makes more money than the other industries combined. So there's obviously people out there who possibly have a little bit of sex and they want more and more and more. Also with money, it's one of those areas where, tell me someone who's got enough money. I talk to most people, 95% of the people I talk to want to become a millionaire. That's their goal. When I talk to the millionaires, they say, well, I want to become a multi-millionaire. I want to become a deca-millionaire. Talk to someone who's got $10 million, they want 100 million. And of course the person with 100 million wants to be a billionaire. It's one of those areas, again, where most people just can't seem to get enough of it. Now obviously there's other important areas in life, as you know, but you start to become more concerned about spirituality and those sort of things when you've satisfied your two primary needs for having enough sex and having enough money. Now 20 years as a financial planner, you think I know a lot about making money, how to get lots of money. What the hell do I know about sex? Well, only what I've studied myself. I have practiced a little bit of that over the last 20 years as well, but I've also studied a lot of other areas, metaphysical and the physical areas. Now, people who know me will have seen my ring, my business logo, perhaps even my tattoo, and know that I have a bit of an interest in the Tao, have a bit of an interest in the yin and yang, and it's all about balance. There's time for work, there's time for life, there's time for light, dark, good, evil, black, white, male, female, those sort of things. You need to have a balance, otherwise the whole world gets out of whack. Now, of course, in the physical world, we do have our yins and yangs. We have night and dark, we have sunrise, sunset, good, evil, up, down, left, right. But what about in the digital world? What about in the computer world? What do we actually have in that department? Well, in the digital world, of course, there is again two things. We have the 1 and the 0. I'll just go over those. Everything you see on your computer screen consists of a 1 and a 0. That's all there is in the computer world, in the digital world, in the internet world. This video, all of your documents, anything that you've seen on your screen consists of a 1 and a 0. That's all there is. It's binary. Okay, so imagine everything in the virtual world is made up of 1s and 0s. Now, this is not rocket science. You know this, okay? But let's just have a look and say, what if we were living in the Matrix? What if everything that you see, all the birds, the ducks, the fishes, your work partner, your life partner, what if all of those were made up of 1s and 0s as well? What if you were living in the Matrix and nothing was real? Now let's have a little bit of look of the sexuality. Now I'm going to be talking in very, very general terms, so I'll be using male for the masculine, I'll be using female for the feminine, but of course there is gay couples, lesbians, that sort of stuff as well. There are couples where the male is more feminine in his energy, there are couples where the female is more masculine in her energy. So that works, but I'm just going to be general about this. So let's take the stereotypical male and have a look at what actually makes him male. When he first pops out of the womb and the doctor says it's a boy, what is the doctor looking at? Well, by and large, we identify him as male because he's got a male thing. It looks a bit like a straight line. It looks a bit like a 0. How do we tell when it's a female? Female sexual organ is a bit more round and less straight up and down. Now, of course, when those little babies become bigger and taller and reach puberty and start to turn into adolescence, what do we find with their body structure? The whole body not just the sexual organ. You have a look at the typical man, masculine man, who is fine, fit and healthy, and he's got a body type which is pretty well straight up and down. Straight, linear. If he's fit, he's chiseled, he's got lines. Okay, and you have a look at the bodybuilders and that sort of stuff, they've got lines all over them. Now, what do we want in a perfect female? Well, perhaps we want round breasts, we want childbearing hips, we want a woman with curves in her face, rosy cheeks. It's mostly about the curves with the feminine. Perfect feminine has got a rounded body. Stereotypical perfect man has got a more linear body. This is interesting. It goes from the sexual organs to the whole body. What about the mindset? Okay, let's have a look again. Typical man going shopping. Starts at the front door of Bunnings, walks to the back, grabs his screws, picks up the packet, pays for them, walks out. What does a woman do when she goes shopping? Well, in my experience, she goes in the front door, goes round the perfume counter, goes here, goes there, looks at shoes, looks at socks, looks at everything, and then finally walks out. Very much the circular pattern for the feminine energy and the linear pattern for the man. Understanding this will make it a lot easier for you to go shopping with your partner without actually wanting to beat the hell out of them. And understand it's not just a habit that they've got, that they've picked up from their mum or their dad or whoever. It's actually part of their spirituality, their physiology. It's who they are. Okay? Again, if you go back to the caveman days or to the tribal days and have a look at what were men trying to do back then, the man want to grab his straight weapon, which is a spear, stick, you know, club, that sort of thing, straight linear weapon. He goes straight out, wants to focus on killing that beast, grabbing it, and then coming back. And as most women know, men are very good at looking at a straight line, and as soon as they drop their gaze, you know where they're looking. Whereas a woman can actually take in the whole environment, because traditionally women were the gatherers. The woman wouldn't be going out and killing the saber-toothed tiger and bringing it back to the camp. She would be going out and gathering fruits, nuts, and also looking after the children at the same time. So women need to have a rounded peripheral vision. The men needed to have a very straight linear vision. Again, looking at multitasking, something that women do very well because their brains can circle around. A man's brain goes straight from one point to this point. I'm either hungry, I'm horny, I'm tired, I'm cranky, I only have one mood at one time. Please don't give me a list of instructions and ask me to remember 3 things. I'm just man, okay? This is what I'm programmed for. Physiologically, spiritually, psychologically, it's either the 1 or the 0. We can look at this in a lot more detail. Obviously, how do you pick up a man? Well, you get straight to the point. You walk up to the man, you say, how about it? Let's go back to my place. Bingo, done. How do you pick up a woman? You've got to talk around the point. You've got to have romance. You've got to have talking and find things in common and that sort of stuff. Very, very easy once you understand. Why do men want to watch porn and then fast forward the talking and get to the good bits? Why do women read romance novels and become very involved in the story and what's going on? As I say, there are masculine women and there are more feminine men in their energies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just differences. But by and large, if you can understand how your partner operates, how 90% of the world operates, then you can actually make you much better in sales. If you can appeal to a woman's logic when you're selling her a car or selling her a house or whatever you happen to be selling in your business services, and of course if you can appeal to a man with his straight linear give it to me now, will make you actually perform a lot better in those areas. So an understanding of sex can actually bring you more money. An understanding of money, of course, if the more money you got, well, let's just ask someone like Donald Trump, or what's that guy who lives in the Playboy Mansion, you know the guy? Well, I mean, Hugh Hefner, he's old. And he's not that attractive. Sorry, Hugh, if you're watching, but you're not. If he has a lot of money, he suddenly becomes more attractive and he gets lots of sex. And of course, if you understand sexuality, sexology, then you become a lot better at making money, or of course, attracting the opposite sex if you want to do that. You can seduce people with your sales skills, or you can seduce people sexually. That's entirely up to you. I'll give you the skills. I will teach you how to make more money. I'll teach you how to get more sex. I'll teach you a lot more. about Sexology 101, about the binary sex secrets. It's up to you what you actually do with it. Have a great day. Hope to see you soon at one of my seminars or talk to you on Facebook. Cheers.